Hello everyone, welcome back to FPL Star. Today I gonna discuss about weekly transfer plan for Game Week 4. So before starting, if you are new in this channel, make sure to subscribe this channel. Now let's start. In this video, I will divide Game Week 4 transfer into 5 categories. They are priority, differential, sale, hold and ignore. Priority are those kind of players which have got very high ownership and I think you should go for them. Differential on the other hand are those kind of players which have got very low ownership but I think they are very good and they can give you the rank boost. Sale is the player you have in your team and they are not performing and I think in Game Week 4 you need to sell those kind of player. Hold is those kind of player who are in your team are not performing, but you are thinking of selling them. But I think that in game week 4 you should hold them. Ignore are those kind of player you don't have in your team, and I think in game week 4 you should ignore those kind of player. Now move on to the first priority player for game week 4 and it's Mohamed Salah. And if you look at his performance in last three matches, he got 41 points, scoring 3 goals and also provide 3 assists. And if you look at his next three fixtures, is two home fixture against Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. And I think in these three fixtures, he can be a very good captaincy shout. So you should go for him because he can get mega hole in this fixture and he's an informed player. If you look at his expected goal per 90 is 0.58 and expected assist per 90 is 0.35, which is quite good, and that's why I think you should go for Salah as a priority transfer. Now move on to the second priority transfer for game week 4 and it's Wilbeck. If you look at Brighton perform amazingly well attacking point of view, so you should go for Wilbeck for your team. And if you look at his next two fixtures, is Ipswich home and Nottingham Forest home match. So if you are going to wildcard in game week 6, I think you can go for Wilbeck as a short-term punt. In last three matches, he got 2 goals and also provide 1 assist. He got 23 points, so he's an informed player. And I think as Joe Pedro had got some minute concern in game week 4, will play like 80 or 90 minutes, so he's a very good option for game week 4, and that's why it's a priority transfer. Now move on to the first differential player for game week 4 and it's Mitoma from Brighton. He's just 8.5% ownership and if you look at his fixture for game week 4 and 5, it's Ipswich home and Nottingham Forest home match and I expect Mitoma to do well in this match because in the left wing he played absolutely well. He dribble past defender and he created a lot of chance for Brighton attacker and he fully nailed for Brighton. I expect him to start and if you look at his performance recently in last three match, he for 1 goal and also provide 1 assist, getting 16 FPL points, which is quite good. His expected goal per 90 is 0.35, expected assist per 90 is 0.26, which is quite good. So I think Mitoma is a very good differential to player to go for. Now move on to the second differential player for game week 4, and it's Robertson from Liverpool. His ownership is just 6.5%. If you look at the Liverpool defense in last three match, they maintained three clean sheets, so 100% clean sheet record. And under new manager, Liverpool defensively performing amazingly well. So you can go for Robertson. And also, if you look at Robertson, expected goal win ratio per 90 is 0.25, which is for a defender is quite good. So I think Robertson is now a very good option, and he's just 6.5% ownership player, so he might be a very good differential player. And if you look at the Liverpool fixture for defensive point of view in game 4, 5, and 6, I think in this fixture Liverpool can easily maintain clean sheet if they perform well. And if you look at the Liverpool expected goal concede ratio in last three match is 0.76, which is not terrible. I think it's very good for a defensive team. So you can go for Robertson as a differential player. Now move on to the first sale player for game week 4 and it's Odegaard and he's now injured. So you need to sell him right now because he has got severe ankle injury. So he might miss few matches. So his price will drop and a lot of FPL manager will transfer him out. So it's right time to sell Odegaard and that's why I put him in the sale category. Now move on to the second sale for game week 4 and it's a surprising one. It's Muniz. I think in first three games he has got favorable fixture but still he can score any goal or assist because his finishing was terrible in past three games. So as now Fulham fixture not looking good attacking point of view. So I don't think that Muniz will get goal in this fixture, and he might get one goal in next four, but it's not good for a forward because a lot of forwards playing very well, like Woods or Joe Pedro will be scoring goals. So you need to sell Muniz from your team because he's not performing. Now move on to the first whole player for game week 4 and it's Watkins. A lot of FPL managers selling Watkins thinking that he's just playing 60 minutes but after international break I think Watkins minute will improve and he has got three favorable fixture against Everton home, Wolves home, and Ipswich away. I expect Watkins to do well, and if he played 70 or 80 minutes, he will score point. And if you look at his expected goal per 90 is 0.77, which is quite good. So I think he will obviously score in next few matches. So you can go for Watkins. And if you are a Watkins owner and thinking that you might go for a sale, I don't think you should go for it because Watkins will return if he stay fit in next three fixtures. Now move on to the second whole player for game week 4, and it's Jota. A lot of FPL manager got frustrated with Jota, but I don't get the brainer why they are doing it. Because if you look at his performance in last three matches, he's starting all three matches for Liverpool, scoring one goal and also providing one assist, playing in the center forward position, all favorable for Jota. So why people selling it? And I don't think it's a good option. You should hold Jota. You might not buy him because Salah or Luis Diaz is the better option for Liverpool right now. It's looking, but still I think Jota can score goal. So I don't want to make a bad transfer by selling Jota out. So that's why I think you should also hold Jota for your team. Now move on to the first ignore player for Game Week 4, and it's Onana from Aston Villa. His price is 5.1 million. A lot of players are buying him because in last three matches he scored two goals, but I don't think he will continue scoring because he's playing as a defensive midfielder role for Aston Villa. And if you want to go for a cheap Aston Villa midfielder, you should go for Rogers, who is playing very attacking football. Now move on to the second ignore player for Game Week 4, and it's Joe Pedro. And I think in Game Week 4 he is a doubt for Brighton because he is now in Brazil, so he might not be back in right time. Or if even if he's starting game week 4, he might play for 60 or 70 minutes, or maybe sub appearance like 20 or 30 minutes. So it's not a ideal thing for Joe Pedro owner. But if you have Joe Pedro, I think you should hold him. But if you don't have Joe Pedro, don't go for him. Now I will summarize them all. In priority category, there is Salah and Watkins, and the differential pair for Game Week 4 is Mitoma and Robertson. If you have Odegaard or Muniz in your team, I think you should sell them. And if you have Watkins and Jota, I think they will perform well in near future, so you should hold these two players. And if you don't have Onana or Joe Pedro, you don't need to go for this kind of player. And that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please like this video. And if you are new in this channel, make sure to subscribe this channel and don't forget to press the bell icon.